Hello, Spikes. Today is a very important day. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Number one, GameGenic, providing us fabulous materials. Put our cards in, play our cards on, keep our cards in. Two, Burrito Splendido, for feeding us fabulous Manitoba, almost entirely, mostly.
I think it's just
the avocados, yeah. As soon as we can figure out avocado growing in Manitoba,
it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
That's the one thing holding us back.
Give it 15 years.
Yes.
We'd be too powerful.
Go check them out. We love them. We love that you go check them out and all that. But now, what you're all here for, the Aetherdrift Championship rounds. That's it. We are here to play the championship decks from our tournament of Aetherdrift Commanders. And if you don't know how we got to these decks, go back and watch the other episodes. They're up. Check them out. I'm starting with Kolodin, Triumphant Caster, and I'm just going to get in cars and hit people with those cars, because that's how you race, right? That's the rules for NASCAR. Formula One.
I think you're thinking of Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal / Fast and the Furious. That's what I meant for.
Remember Carmageddon?
I do remember Carmageddon. I was going to ask if you remembered Burnout.
Burnout
was.
I had Burnout last summer.
Any of them. First person I want to hit with the car.
Don't hit me with a car. Me is Bill. Hi. That's me. And I am also Mimeoplasm Revered One on this blessed day, because he consumes all and becomes all, and also can do donuts like the best of them. So he's an ooze. He's a big ooze. He exiles creatures from my graveyard, and he can become copies of those creatures. Famously, Sultai doesn't do anything weird with stuff like that. It's all very fair things. I'm going to become a copy of Norwood Archers. Yep. I think that's going to be probably the best creature in my deck right now. He's like a 2/1 with reach. And yeah, that's my game plan. To be real, he has some infinite combos that can happen. I don't know how realistic that's going to be in this game specifically, but we shall see. I'm mostly just going to make a big guy and hopefully punch my opponents with him in the car.
Jim, Shark Pirate. Today I'm playing Captain Howler. This is a deck, if you watched the first several games, which you should because they were really good games, you saw Elliot pilot this deck to victory. It's a discard deck. So the idea is it's got one really big, long triggered ability. It does so many things. We'll figure it out when we're playing. It's combat related and it draws cards. That's it.
It's good stuff. Hi, everybody. My name's Alex. And Mendicant Core got there. We're bringing him back in the championship. It's Mendicant Core Guidelight. It's Azorius artifact aggro. That's AAA for those of you playing at home. And he's got star power, which means that I count the number of artifacts I control. But first, we're going to start those engines. And when we get up to max speed, I can copy the artifact spells I play by paying 1 extra. However, I am going last, so maybe that will put a little bit of a damper on my rollout car. Meantime, let's crack in to our Sidekick Bros.
I'm on the die roll, so I'm going to draw this card to start us off. Ooh, that's a card I can't cast. Let's play a Battlefield Forge and pass turn.
Nice. I'll draw. Drowned Catacomb. Tapped. Pass.
Okay. Draw a card. Play a Fiery Islet and pass.
Right on. You can draw a card. Play a Mistgate Pathway in Mistgate Pathway mode and pass.
Oh, dope. Draw a card. Oh, didn't get punished for not playing anything. Play Plains. Kolodin, Triumph Caster.
Taking 1.
You bet I am.
39.
And I'm going to pass turn.
I will untap. And I will draw. I'm going to play this Forest, and I'll just pass. That's it.
Draw a card. Play a Mountain. I will also take 1 to cast this Conspiracy Theorist.
That's a good card.
Yeah, that put in a lot of work for Elliot in the game that he won with this, so I'm hoping it'll do the same for me. I'll pass.
Right on. Draw a card. Plains. You know him, love him. It's Mendicant Core, Guidelight. Speed goes to 1. Pass turn.
All right, on tap. All right, let's play Plains. We're going to take another one. We're going fast. I'm going to cast a Cloud Spire Coordinator.
38.
Pilot.
Yeah, human pilot. When this creature enters, scry 2, and then I can tap to create a 1/1 colorless pilot, or X 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens, where X is the number of mounts and or vehicles that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. The tokens have this token saddles, mounts, or cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Scry dos. Put 1 on top and 1 on bottom, and then I will pass.
Just draw.
No punch and bill, eh?
It's not a car.
Okay.
It's a person.
Yeah,
Fair.
car.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play this Land of War Wastes as my land for the turn, and I'm just passing.
Okay.
That's it for me.
I'll untap. I will draw a card. I'm going to play this mountain. And I'm going to tap 3 to cast Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Ready to get bored?
Sure.
Hey.
I will discard Decaying Time Loop and All-Seeing Arbiter to draw 3 cards. That's going to be it for me. I did descend, so I'm going to put a counter on it and pass.
Right on. I'm going to untap, upkeep, and draw. Oh, no. Chat, we missed.
Uh-oh.
Azorius Signet.
Okay.
So we're not dead yet, but
did we
we are
miss?
going to... No land drop.
Oh, land drop. Yeah.
Bill.
Me?
38. Esther.
I'm going to tap 3, and I am going to cast a Cultivator's Caravan, the first vehicle of my career.
That is a 5/5 creature.
It's 5/5, yes.
Killer.
Kolodin says, mounts and vehicles you control have haste, and whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled till end of turn, and whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. I would like to move to combat. I promise I'd attack Bill. Bill, I would like to attack for 5.
I'm gonna cast Assassin's Trophy
Ooh.
on your
Okay.
your Kolodin.
Terrible.
On your
Kolodin.
On your Kolodin. You get to search for a basic land.
I do search for this cloud.
And Bill's taking 5.
Yes.
Goes to 33.
I will get a mountain. Then I would like to activate my Cloud Spire Coordinator to make a pilot. I had 1 vehicle enter the battlefield this turn, so I'll make a single pilot.
Very good.
I will pass turn.
Let's untap and draw. This is a bit of a weird play, but I'm just going to main phase this Frantic Search.
Okay.
Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, untap up to 3 lands. So the 2 cards I'm going to discard are Simic Manipulator and Spike Weaver. These are going to go to my graveyard.
Oh, that's almost like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the Spike Weavers.
And then I'm going to untap 3 lands. I have searched frantically. I'm going to play this Swamp as my land for the turn. And I think I'm just going to pass. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. I'll untap. Draw a card. Play this Sulphur Falls as my land for turn. I'm going to move to combat.
Yep.
Alex.
Yes.
2 damage.
38.
Sorry, on attack, I am going to pay 1 to discard a card and draw a card.
Oh, okay.
I will discard Frantic Search
Ooh.
to draw a card.
Me.
When I discard a card, I can exile it, and I can cast it this turn.
Oh, that's
Would you like to cast this turn?
You know what, Alex? I would love to.
Okay, cool.
We're still in combat, though, so
Yeah.
can I cast it this turn? This turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 coming at you. So 38.
Yep.
Second main.
Mhm.
I will pay 3. Cast Frantic Search.
Can I interest you in one of these?
Just doing one of these.
No. Actually, gross.
Ew.
Okay, the 2 cards that I'm discarding are going to be a Mountain and a Mind Stone. That will trigger Conspiracy Theorist again, and I'll exile the Mind Stone. I'll untap 3 lands.
Oh, that's really good.
And actually, I'm going to I'm going to untap these 3 lands. Then I'm going to cast this Mind Stone.
That's pretty good.
Then I'm going to tap 2 to cast this Party Thrasher. Yeah, this is a 1/4. It says non-creature spells I cast from exile have Convoke. At the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, I can discard a card. If I do, I exile the top 2 cards in my library, then choose one of them, and I can play that card this turn.
Question.
Yes,
What type of creature is that?
it's a Lizard Wizard.
Oh.
I'm so glad you asked.
Thank you.
King Gizzard.
Gross. End step, I descended.
Yeah.
Brass's Tunnel Grinder
Yeah,
on 2.
Yeah. I'm going to untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm going to pay 1, 2, and into 3 for Urza, Lord Protector. Artifact, instant and sorcery spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. If Mightstone and Weakstone is in here, I will read the rest of this card, but until then, I will not. I will attack Bill,
Me? But for why?
because surely you will take 2.
I will take 2. I'll go to 31. Getting beat up.
Done?
At least it wasn't a car. Pass the turn.
He's kind of a car.
Just because he looks like Bumblebee and Johnny 5, like, you know.
Yeah.
You think Johnny Five's related to Ben 10?
He's his half brother.
So let's put his Blaines. All right. Well, I'm going to tap 2 for a SRAM. Senior Edificer.
Senor.
Whenever I cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. And then I think we're just gonna recast Kolodin. Let's get all of our pit crew and everybody ready for the race. And because I tapped my Cultivator's Caravan for mana, I can't hit Bill with my card.
Good.
Right.
So I'm gonna pass.
Kolodin sounds like something that would have an advertisement associated with it. Ask your doctor if Kolodin is right for you.
I don't think so. Based on what I'm seeing, it's not right for anyone.
I'm going to play this Forest as my land for the turn. And I kind of just need to buy myself some time. I keep getting punched, and it's rude. So I wish I could do this on something better. Just know that, comments at home. I'm going to cast this Persist. And I'm going to target my Spike Weaver in my graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Return target non-legendary creature from my graveyard to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. It enters with 3, so it will actually only enter with 2.
Okay.
And then I can pay 1, remove a counter from it to Fog, or I can pay 2, remove a counter from it to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That's it for me.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
I will untap. Draw a card. At the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, the Party Thrasher triggers, and I'm going to discard a mountain. I'm going to exile the top 2 cards of my library, and I can play those until end of turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Sick.
So I will. I get to choose one of them. Sorry, this stays exiled. I get to choose one of them. I'm going to play that card this turn. It's a Cascade Bluffs. Next up, I'm going to cast my commander, I think. Tap 4.
Howler.
Howler. So this one has a weird triggered ability. The way that it works is whenever I have an instance of card draw, based on the number of cards I discard, that's how many times it gets +2/+0, times targeting a creature of my choice. And then the whole instance of discard means that the next time that creature deals damage, I draw a card.
Yeah.
So I have multiple instances of discard, it'll draw me multiple cards. But if I only have one instance of discard, only one card at a time.
Yeah. So, like, for example, this Frantic Search would give something +4/+0 and +1 card draw.
Yeah, bingo.
But if you discarded 1 card 2 times, it would still give +4/+0, but that's 2 triggers, so 2 cards.
2 card draws. Bingo. Next up, combat.
If you only attack me with the Conspiracy Theorist and nothing else, I won't kill it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that action. Conspiracy Theorist coming at you. Alex, it's going to trigger. So I will pay the 1 to discard Key to the City. I'll exile it to Conspiracy Theorist.
Captain Howler trigger.
Captain Howler trigger. You know what? Because you were so kind, I'm actually just going to give +2/+0 to the Party Thrasher. I'm not going to get greedy on this one.
I appreciate your lack of greed. So 36 for me?
36. Then I'm going to tap 2 and cast this Key to the City.
How do you do that?
This gives them Convoke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Non-creature spells I cast from exile.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Then that's going to be it for me, I think.
That's it for you?
That's it for me.
That's it for you.
That's it for me.
I have terrible news, everyone. Oh, no. It's still not a land.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah, I know.
No lands McGregor, they call it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I got adopted over here.
Oh, sorry. I descended. So this is at 3, and then it flips.
Yep.
So we're +1 land with Tekatlan, the Searing Rift.
So Jim,
Yes.
do we have a similar understanding about 2 damage?
Yeah, I could take 2.
Okay. I would like to move to combat and swing 2 damage at Jim.
Yep. Oh, man. I was bad at tracking my triggers last turn. I tapped the Fire Islet.
Yeah, so we'll have you go to 35. That seems
35.
appropriate.
Seems fair.
I will go to max speed.
Oh, now we're in trouble.
Oh, I didn't agree to that.
Probably not. You're probably not in trouble, that is.
Okay.
I'm going to tap this into this, floating a white, but we'll get to that in just a second. To cast Simulacrum Synthesizer, trigger Mendicant Core, make a copy of it.
What does that one do?
When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. I'm going to do that twice, so scry 2.
And now
Like
you have
this.
2 of them?
And the other one will enter, so I'll scry 2.
Oh, no.
And I'll leave them both on top like this. And then the rest of it says, whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters the battlefield under my control, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control.
And he does that twice every time.
Don't worry about it. It's not like I have any ability to cast 3 mana stuff.
Does one of those trigger?
Whenever another artifact, yeah, that's true. One of them does trigger.
Yeah. They don't both trigger because of how the copy happens, but the copy enters the battlefield first, then the real one does.
And then so the real
copy
one would
sees
trigger it, making a construct, which is currently a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I'm gonna make artifact count just a thing over here.
Sure.
That next
I
to
like that.
speed. Is that okay with
I like,
everybody?
I like
like
that
that.
a lot.
Cool. Then I will pass to Jan Regard.
Cool. Lots of stuff's happened when it's not my turn. I'm gonna tap. Draw. I'm gonna play this Needle Verge Pathway on the Needle Verge Pathway side. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep playing Cars because that was my favorite Pixar movie in the early 2000s, and I'm gonna cast Magmatic Galleon. When Magmatic Galleon enters the battlefield, deals 5 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Whenever one or more creatures your opponent controls are dealt excess non-combat damage, create a treasure token. As much as I feel like that is what I should do, that also feels less great. I'm going to get rid of this thing.
The Party Thrasher?
It's giving Jim extra discards on his turn.
It's giving.
Not only that, it's allowing him to cast.
It's
a lot
letting
of
him
stuff.
do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you get 1 treasure.
It's not equal to. It's just if I get 1 treasure, if it deals more than. Like,
Okay.
Oh, just okay.
Create
sorry.
a treasure
Yeah.
token.
So-
Yeah.
Just a treasure.
Just a treasure. Just one singular treasure. Treasure. I also am going to draw a card from Saram when I cast it. I will tap my Cloudspire Coordinator to make a 2nd pilot. And I will pass turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I'll remove a counter from Spike Weaver to put a counter on Spike Weaver. And then I'll end up.
I should have killed that.
You could try. You cannot kill me in a way that matters. I'm gonna play this island as my land for the turn. I'm just gonna sit back with my Spike Weaver. I'm passing again. I don't got much.
On tap. Draw a card. I'm going to play this Training Center untapped, and I think I'm going to activate Key to the City. So targeting Captain Howler, I'm going to discard Path of the Pyromancer. It'll get discarded, exiled to Conspiracy Theorist.
Gotcha. So that's 1 instance of 2.
Yeah, 1 instance of 2. Then I'm going to tap 5 and cast Path of the Pyromancer. So I will discard all the cards in my hand, then add a red for each card discarded this way, then draw that many cards +1. This triggers, and I will discover 5. Currency Converter.
Oh, that's
We know
a good
that
card
one's an
for this deck.
MVP.
That's a good card for this deck.
Okay, Path of the Pyromancer then triggers. I'm going to discard a Mountain, an Artist Talent, and an Overlord of the Flood Pits. I'm going to discard Artist Talent. Sorry, all of these 3 get discarded, but Conspiracy Theorist will grab the Artist Talent, and the other 2 will go under Currency Converter.
Okay.
And then draw 4.
I will draw 4 cards and make 3 mana.
3 red.
Yep.
Woohoo.
I'm going to use 2 of my floating mana to cast my Artist Talent. Then I'm going to use my other floating red mana and 1 from the Sulphur Falls to cast Highway Robbery. This will do a couple things. It triggers Artist Talent, so I'm going to discard a card, then draw a card. I'll discard this Mountain. Let's toss it under the Currency Converter. And I'll draw a card. I'll toss it on Captain Howler. Then Highway Robbery happens. I will discard Reality Shift. Same thing, Captain Howler, and I'll draw 2 cards. This resolves. I'm actually then going to tap the Currency Converter to put a Mountain in my graveyard to make a treasure. Then I'm going to use the treasure and take 1 off the Fiery Islet to cast Bitter Reunion. I'm going to discard Chaos Warp on this thing. to draw 2 cards.
How many cards do you have in hand?
4.
You have discarded 7 cards and have 4 cards in hand.
Yes. Now I'm going to move to combat.
19-4. Unblockable.
Jan's at the highest life total. I'm probably most scared of Alex, though. Bill's going to fog.
I'm gonna fog if you attack me.
He might even fog anyway. I'm going to attack Jan. 19. Unblockable.
Can't do anything about it.
Okay.
19.
Bill, you going to fog?
You draw 5
Draw 5
cards.
cards, yeah.
I will
That's
probably send a bunch of cards into Jim on my turn.
Okay. Well, people will make fun of me if I don't use the Spike Weaver. So yeah, I'm gonna fog.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Nothing ever happens.
And I will pass.
Okay.
Okay.
Chat / people in this room, can I get a drum roll, please?
Who's gonna...
Phil.
Land.
Nope.
You knew what it was. Get out of here with that.
I know.
I didn't.
I remembered that I did that later. But anyway, I looked up how this works.
Yeah.
So believe me when I tell you that when I put this into this and float a blue to cast the prototype version of Steel Seraph and then pay the blue into Mendicant Core to make a copy of that spell,
Yeah, it's good.
It's the real version?
it is not.
Oh, okay.
Prototype specifically says you may cast a spell with different mana cost, color, and size. It
Okay.
keeps its abilities and types. So the spell itself has altered
Okay.
basic
Okay.
pieces.
Okay.
So I have 2 3/3 Steel Seraphs, which
Sure.
it's not 6 Seraphs, but that's Seraph 6. And you should go check out the Commander staple on Discord.
Yeah.
It's the best place to play Commander on the web.
Yeah.
Anyway, this says flying on a 3/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink until end turn.
But if I'm not mistaken, you get 2 constructs, right?
I do.
Yes.
So I've got some triggers off of that, but I'm going to make 2 constructs.
2 more constructs in there. Huge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the number.
You have
The
3
number
mana.
is 10. Yeah, that is true. I have 3 mana. I would like to give Mendicant Core Guidelight flying and lifelink.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to attack Jim, I believe, for 10.
Yeah, I'll take 10. 24.
And I'm just a little guy with no land, so pass the turn. Yeah, that's exactly what I sound like.
I don't even know what's happening anymore. Draw a card. I'll play a Sunbaked Canyon.
Me too.
Oh, this is going to win this game with 3 lands.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
I'm just going to start playing vehicles. Let's cast Nautiloid Ship.
Oh, yeah.
So when I cast it, draw a card off SRAM. When it enters battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. I will pick Jim. And whenever Nautiloid Ship deals combat damage to a player, I may put a creature card exiled with Nautiloid Ship onto the battlefield under my control.
Oh, so that's all under Nautiloid Ship.
Under non-elite ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ship eats. I think the Decaying Family
yeah,
goes in there
it's
as
these.
well. The only ones that matter are the creatures.
Just going to move these around so I can put these over here. Nautiloid Ship. Take 1 off my Sunbaked Canyon. And tap my Cultivator's Caravan, and I will cast the Weatherlight. Draw a card off SRAM. Okay, then I will move to combat. Since the Weatherlight and the Nautiloid Ship both have haste, for 9.
That seems super reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
I will take 9 and go to 35.
Okay.
Or sorry, 37.
I have 2 triggers. I'll resolve the Weatherlight first. So I'll look at the top 5 cards in my library, reveal a historic card, put it into my hand.
A horse stork.
Historic card, come on, historic. And I will get a Sky Sovereign.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
These are good vehicles.
And then I will Nautiloid Ship trigger. I will put a creature card exile with Nautiloid Ship into the battlefield under my control, and I will pick this All-Seeing Arbiter. So,
Jeez.
flying, whenever All-Seeing Arbiter enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Whenever I discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-O till my next turn, where X is the number of different mana values among cards in your graveyard.
Until your next turn.
In your graveyard.
In my graveyard.
Okay.
So I'll draw 2. 1, 2. I'll discard this Sundown Pass. And then, post-combat main phase, I will tap my Coordinator to make 2 more
2 more pilots. Going off.
I'll pass turn. Skull
Okay. Can I get a card? This is kind of what I was building towards. It is not that exciting compared to what's going on the remainder of the boards. I'm going to cast this Coma World Eater.
Hey.
This spell cannot be countered. It has Trample and Ward 4 and is an 8/12.
Yep.
And when it deals combat damage to a player, I create 4 3/3 Coma's coils.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a big guy.
He's a big guy.
And I'm passive. That's it. This is why I reanimated the Spike Feeder, so that I would survive until I could cast this stupid guy.
Spike Weaver online.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get anything going this turn. I'll draw a card. Well, I'm not doing the Key to the City thing. It became untapped, but I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap it, targeting Captain Howler to give it unblockable. I'm going to discard Anger.
Oh,
I will choose to not do anything with Anger.
yeah. It seems
Just
smart.
get the trigger.
I assume you're targeting Howler.
I am targeting Howler, yeah. Okay, I'm going to tap 5. Like this to cast Alhammer's Archive. Tell me how you really feel, everybody. That is a non-creature spell, so I would like to loot. I am going to discard this Desolate Lighthouse, and I'll put it under the currency converter and draw a card. Okay, then Alhammer's Archive resolves. I'm going to activate currency converter to put Desolate Lighthouse into my graveyard. That will make me a treasure. I'm actually going to tap that a little bit differently. Movie magic. It's like fine, be cool.
Don't worry about it.
I want to discover off the Alzheimer's Archive, so I'm going to.
Yeah.
Cathartic Reunion.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I am going to Cathartic Reunion. I will discard Smuggler's Copter and Oliphant.
So trigger.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, okay, so trigger Captain Howler. It'll get +4. I'm going to put the Smuggler's Copter under Conspiracy Theorist and the Oliphant under the Currency Converter. This is exiled. Yeah, Cathartic Reunion. I've discarded my 2 cards. I will draw 3.
Yes.
Okay, now Alhammer's Archive is in play.
Yes.
And I have my treasure.
You're bringing a treasure in because
Yes.
you currency converter.
Yes, Currency Converter.
Yes.
Okay, we got there, chat.
Okay.
Okay, now we have 4 mana. I am going to play a land for my turn and cast this Is It Signet. This will allow me to discard and draw.
Yep.
Which I'm going to do. I'm going to discard Kiora the Rising Tide and draw 2 cards. Trigger Captain Howler. I will put Kiora under Conspiracy Theorist. Draw 2 cards. I'm then going to tap 3 to cast Kiora the Rising Tide. When it enters, I'm going to draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So I will draw 4
I discard 2.
and discard Island, trigger Captain Howler. I'll put these both under Currency Converter.
Another 4. Just giving him a little frame.
I figure if I build a fort around it, I might forget to attack.
Yeah. Oh, I can't turn them sideways.
I think I'm going to move to combat. Thank you for reminding me.
You got it.
17-4.
17-4.
Unblockable.
I am going to attack Alex.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay.
I'll go to 20.
20 with 17 Howler damage.
That's Jim's to deal with.
And I'll draw 8 cards.
Uh,
Yep. Alhammer's Archive.
2.
no, it's 8 cards.
Maybe
6.
maybe he'll deck himself.
He's like, look at this. He's at like half.
You just need to top deck your mind scan.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, and we'll be right back. I'm going to discard hand size.
Yep.
I'm going to discard Island, Riverglide Pathway, Talisman of Creativity, Mountain, and Mary Reed and Anne Bonny. Those are all going under Currency Converter.
Stock in the bank.
Stock in the bank. That's
end
it for
of
me.
turn, Smuggler's Copter XL
Yeah,
forever.
that's gone forever.
Okay. I guess I'll untap, upkeep, and draw. Oh yeah, I also knew about that. Crap.
I was gonna say you knew about both of these cards.
You know what, Jan? Just because you're correct about me knowing about things doesn't mean you need to rub it in.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm going to tap Mistgate Pathway to tap Azorius Signet to cast Thought Monitor and copy Thought Monitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
These will be coming 5 guys.
Yep.
it's actually 4 more guys because you have 2
Correct.
things
You're-
entering.
You're right.
Yeah.
Literally when you started talking, I'm like, that's incorrect. Draw 4 cards. Thank
There
you.
you
I was like, there's another half of this.
Maybe I'll
Oh
draw,
my gosh, 4 lands. Hey, we're in it now, baby.
maybe I'll draw a blast.
You have 7, 12 12s?
That's a lot. Yeah, actually
1,
just
2,
played 2
3,
more.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15.
Because they count themselves.
15. Right. They count themselves.
Only
For every
3
stream
can
is land for
attack.
turn. All right, I'm going to move to the beginning of combat and separate things out here real quick. So those are the 3 that can attack, and these are the 4 that cannot. What I'm then going to do is give Mendicant Core Guidelight both flying and lifelink. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to combat. I believe I can kill Jim with commander damage.
Yes. 17 from last turn.
Yeah, I think it was only 10 last turn.
10 last
but yeah,
okay, 10 last
but
turn.
I'm definitely over 11. And then I'm going to swing 3 constructs at Jan at 15 apiece, but no evasion of any kind.
Would like you to meet my pilots.
Sounds good.
Yep. I'm dead.
Okay.
I will gain 15 life and go to 35.
That's unfortunate.
I'm actually gonna.
Bill, you sure don't want to fog this?
I can't.
I'm gonna block with the all-seeing arbiter.
It's unfortunate. I wanted to
because
attack
he's gonna
you
die
to make
anyway.
Because he's going to die.
Coils.
Anyway. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
So,
Party Thrasher back.
wow. I believe that's all for my turn. I think I got a discard, so give me just 2 seconds here. And we're back, and we're dropping Voyage Home, Guide Light, Synergist, and an island.
Okay, it's on tap. Everybody's favorite land, Inventors Fair.
Under the sea.
I'm gonna tap 5, and I'm gonna cast a Sky Sovereign. Trigger SRAM. I'm gonna draw a card. Okay. ETB trigger. I would like to deal 3 damage to the real Thought Monitor.
The real Thought Monitor?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bridge too far, Daniel.
The real thought monitor.
Please stand up. I'm going to cast Dawn's Truce, gifting a card to my good friend Bill.
Oh.
Dawn's Truce says, gift a card. You and permanents I control gain hexproof until end of turn. If the gift was promised, permanents I control also gain indestructible until end of turn.
Are you paying 1 for that?
Yeah, because of Urza.
Yeah.
Non.
Yeah.
Artifact
instant
instant sorcery.
sorcery.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have a response to that?
Pretty good.
I do not. All right, I'll take 1 off my Sunbaked Canyon. Go to 36. And I'll crack this treasure. And I will cast a Bomat Bazaar Bard.
Oh, the triple B.
Whoa!
Binders,
Bard.
Brivens, and Bives.
That's the one.
Bribe.
You're banished from Flavortown.
Yeah.
Banished.
Banish. And I'll tap 1 and I'll play a Hot Shot Mechanic.
Oh.
It is a Fox Pilot. I will not draw a card because it's not an aura, equipment, or vehicle. I don't think attacking Bill gets me anywhere.
So you passing?
I will pass, but before I pass, I will make 2 more pilots.
Sounds good. All right. I'm going to untap, and I'm going to draw a card. Cool. Sure. Going to play this forest as my land for the turn. I think I'm just going to run out this Underrealm Lich.
That's a good one.
Come saw. If I would draw a card, instead I look at the top 3, I can put 1 into my hand and the rest into my graveyard, and then I can pay 4 life to give this indestructible until end of turn and then tap it. Jan, you're at 36. I just want things in play. I'm going to declare an attack at you with Coma, World Eater, an 8/12 with Trample.
Oh, he's going to eat your world.
And if it deals combat damage to you, I make 4 3/3s.
Or 27 or 28.
28, and I'm going to make... I have specifically the 4 here, so I'm going to make all 4 of them.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
I'm so glad that got reprinted. That was like a $15 token from Aetherdrift.
That's crazy.
And then that's it for me. I'm passing the turn.
All right, let's see what Mendicant Core can do. We'll do Hollowed Fountain in attack mode to go to 33. First, I'm going to consolidate these so they're all matched up.
7.
Yep.
Second, we're going to tap this into this to cast this. Dollmaker's Shop.
Ooh, that one's good.
So Dollmaker's Shop comes in and we'll lock up the Porcelain Gallery. But Dollmaker's Shop says whenever 1 or more non-toy creatures I control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. 1, 2, 3. because this costs 2, and I'd like to pay for the trigger.
Bird-a-bird-a-bird-a-derb.
Vertibird.
Yep.
And so that'll make a copy of Brotherhood Vertibird and a regular Brotherhood Vertibird, both of which are 3 mana or value greater. So I will make 4 more of these. I'm pretty sure I should have 2 more of these, but we're going to call that missed triggers and a day.
What next?
Yeah.
Good question, Jim. Thank you for asking. What we're going to do is when we move to combat, 2 of these constructs can't attack. So they're going to sit back here with these Brotherhood Vertibirds. Then we're going to count our artifacts. And we're going to
4 of them can't attack.
4 of them can't attack, because
thank
that's how
goodness.
that works. And there was 11 of them in the first place, which
Yes.
means there's 7 of them that can.
Mhm.
Then we're going to count our artifacts. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21.
That's a big number.
That's a lot.
It's higher than I can count.
It is indeed. Mendicant Core is going to get flying and lifelink.
Okay.
Then I'm going to declare attacks. It's going to be 7 attackable constructs at Jan, and the 21-3 in the air at Bill.
I would like to activate the ability of my Spike Weaver to fog.
That's pretty good. However, I do make
You do still make a 1.
8
Oh, right.
toys.
Isn't it attacking up?
Oh,
layer?
1 or more attack
Yeah.
up player.
You
I
make
make
two.
2. I make
Yep.
2.
Yeah, 2.
That's much less good, but still pretty good. So there we go. None damage. Left beef. Pass the turn.
All right.
Remember what I did for you. on this day.
I very much remember what you did for us. Let's draw for turn. Whoop. Place mountain. Tap 1. I will cast a soul ring.
I'm pretty sure you gain a life because you got like
I
way
do
more
gain
than.
a life.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. All right. So, well, we are going to tap 5, and we're going to cast a Salvation Engine. So other artifact creatures I control get +2/+2.
Yep.
And whenever it attacks, return an artifact. So trigger SRAM to draw a card. I like tap 2, white and a red. I'm going to cast Sandwall, Avenger Ace.
Oh, that one's really good.
So as long as an artifact I control is attacking, prevent all damage will be dealt to Sandwall Avenger Ace. And whenever Sandwall becomes tapped, exile top 6 cards of your library. I may cast a vehicle or artifact creature spell from among them, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order.
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
I would like to crew Sovereign Council Flagship with Sandwall, and I'm going to trigger. So
Yep.
top 6. Arcane Signet, Plains, Peace Walker, Colossus, Swift Reconfiguration, Mountain, and Parhelion.
Parhelian's really good.
I don't have
think you
enough.
can cast
I
it.
can't
Yeah.
cast it.
Yeah,
probably,
you need to cast it.
Well, I will spend 3, and I'll take 1 off my Sunbay Canyon to cast the Peace Walker Colossus.
Good thing you gained that life from
I know.
Henderson Fair.
Okay, so I am going to use my Hotshot Mechanic to crew the Nautiloid ship and one of my pilots. Second pilot here. Try to move all this out of the. So 3 here. That was my second pilot to crew the Weatherlight. I believe those are my 3 flyers.
Mhm.
And I will move to combat. I would like to attack Alex. Trigger on Sovereign. I will deal 3 damage to
Mendicant.
trigger on Weatherlight. Go to the top 5. Or no, when it deals combat damage.
Yeah.
My mistake. Carry on.
Yeah, no worries. How big is the Weatherlight?
Weatherlight is a 6/7.
6, 7. I will block only the Weatherlight with a copy of Thought Monitor, and I'll take the others.
Okay, so you're gonna take 7 and 8, so 15.
15. I'll go to 18.
All right. Then before I end my turn, I'm gonna tap Cloudspire Conductor, and I believe I had 3. 1, 2. Only 2. I had
Yeah.
2 vehicles going to play, so I'll make 2 more pilots. Pass turn.
All right. Untap. Upkeep nothing. Draw Underrealm Lich. Look at the top 3. Put 1 in my hand, the rest in my graveyard.
Oh, yeah, Underrealm Lich, eh?
Mhm.
I thought you were about to say it's like really good with rice.
I'm
It
gonna
could
put
also be.
It's like a good 5.
this card into my hand. I'm going to put Glarb, Calamity's Augur, and a Forest into my graveyard. I'm going to play this Forest as my land for the turn. Then I'm going to do the thing that I have intended to do this whole time. You fools, you've played directly into my hand.
Usually you play onto the battlefield, but
3, and then I'm going to be paying 1, 2, 3, an additional 3. to cast Mimeoplasm Revered One for X equals 3, exiling these 3 creatures to him. So he'll enter with 9 +1/+1 counters. And then I can pay 2 to make him a copy of one of the creatures that I've exiled with him this way.
Including Spike Weaver.
Including Spike Weaver.
Cool.
Jan can now block me with a million things because he has 5 pilots that I'll crew to, and his creatures are huge because of the Salvation Engine. So attacking with Coma doesn't make sense to either player, so I'm just gonna pass.
Okie dokie. I'm going to untap, and I'll draw a card. We'll play this island as our land for turn, and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, including 2 white and 2 blue, for Riptide Gear Hulk.
That's a good one.
So
We get 2 of them.
Sorry?
Oh, no, never mind. You can't copy
Yeah,
it.
I know Mendicant.
Yeah, no, you killed my guy.
All good.
So I'll get 2 constructs that can attack over here.
One is still pretty good though.
I know.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. So that's +3 to the artifact count. So now we're at 24 artifact count.
Yeah, Gear Hulk ETB triggers.
Mimeoplasm and Salvation Engine. So they go into the battlefield, or into the library, third from the top.
I will activate Mimeoplasm to make it a copy of Spike Weaver, then remove a counter to Fog for
That
this turn.
seems super reasonable, so I don't need to attack this turn.
These are gone forever. Mimeoplasm in the command zone.
All right, folks, that's it. That's all for my turn. Pass it over.
Okay. On tap. My plans for turn. I'd like to start. I'm going to tap to crew Sovereign Council Flagship. Trigger. Exile top 6. Tempered Steel.
Okay.
Salvation Engine. Path to Exile. Armed and Armored. Smuggler's Copter. Or Aerial Surveyor. I think it's going to be Salvation Engine.
Yeah, that card's pretty good.
Okay.
Just gonna.
Yeah, that card's pretty good.
So we tap 5. We'll remember my life gain.
Oh yeah. 29.
29. I will draw a card off SRAM.
Are you getting through like 170 power and toughness of creatures?
Well, I've got flyers.
Do you have 18 power of flyers?
What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cast a Surge Hacker Mech. Enters the battlefield, deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles I control the target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So
18
I'd like to deal 18 damage to Urza. I'm sick of this.
Oh yeah, the man is so dead.
I think that
Sick.
classifies as excess damage.
Yes.
So please gain
So
a treasure.
I'm gonna draw this card. I'm gonna get a treasure.
Notably, that doesn't decrease my artifact count.
Nope. I'd like to move to combat. I will use one of my pilots. No, I'm going to use this hotshot mechanic because they're not doing anything. I'm going to crew my Nautiloid, and I'm going to attack Bill for 7.
Yeah, I have no blocks, so I'll take 7. I'll go to 24.
End of my turn, I'm going to make another 2. I believe it's just 2
Fantastic.
pilots.
I'll untap. Draw under Realm Lich. We are going to put this card into my hand and tear asunder and Polukranos Unchained into my graveyard. I'm going to pay 2 in a black. Let's go with these and this for Cemetery Tampering, which is a hideaway enchantment, a hideaway 5. And it's not going to make a difference, but I'm going to put this one under.
That card's more fun.
That card's way more fun. The rest are going to go on the bottom. Cemetery Tampering says during my upkeep, I can mill 3 cards. Then if I have 20 or more cards in my graveyard, I can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
Between that and Underrealm Lich, yeah.
Then I'm just gonna play out this Pilly Pala. He's a pal.
Bleep-a-la.
And then with 4 mana up, I'm just gonna pass to Alex.
Okie dokie. Let's see if we can finally do it to it. I'll play Buried Ruin as my land for turn. And we'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Cyber Drive Awakener. That'll make me 2 constructs. When he enters the battlefield, other artifact creatures I control have flying, and when he enters the battlefield, until end of turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4. So both of the Simulacrum synthesizers are also guys right now.
Okay.
So now that I have enough flying to hopefully do something, I'm going to send 7 flying constructs at Bill, 6 flying constructs at Jan, alongside everything else at Jan.
Okay, so they all have flying.
Everything has flying. That's very good.
Oh, I see. It's all coming together.
But yes,
So
I
that's
am very
those
good.
7 attacking there. Oh, I also make 2 more toys. So most of these things are incredibly large. Okay, there we go. That's a wrap. This was kind of insane.
Off of mostly 3 mana.
Yeah, mostly 3 mana, 2 lands, and a charm.
Mendicant Core.
Mendicant Core plays all 5 games and wins the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
I had a lot to say about my deck, but I forgot all of it 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. I actually think that was a really good showing of how complex that deck can get.
Yeah.
I actually think it's kind of almost too...
I wouldn't play a deck like this. Aaron would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Elliot would. I
It's a
wouldn't.
lot of triggers to keep track of. It's a lot of individual effects to juggle.
Yeah.
It's very powerful, but yeah, it's a lot of mental load.
Yeah, the second last turn there, I was hoping that I was going to draw like a ritual or something like that. I had tons of cards in hand because of Alheimer's Archive and all that kind of thing. I wanted like a Jessica's Will or like a what's the
Mana Geyser.
yeah, Mana Geyser or something like that. I needed like 5 mana because I did have Chandra's Ignition in my hand.
Oh,
So I could have dealt 19 everything. It wasn't enough. You guys were all at like 30 at that point, but it would have like
I think it would have wiped.
It would have wiped.
It would have
the
wiped
board
my
by a lot.
board.
the game would have been much faster.
Yes.
Yeah, you would have won, unquestionably.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like you were a couple turns back.
I just didn't have cards that did anything
yeah.
in my hand. I started with 5 lands in my hand because like backstory is I mulliganed a bunch of hands that had exactly 1 land in them. It was like 6 in a row that only had 1 land, and then I had one that had multiple lands, and I was like, cool. And then I drew like 4 lands in a row.
Yeah.
So I just didn't have anything. This frantic search didn't really find much. So all I could do was play out this Spike Weaver and then copy it to try to buy myself time to draw something else, and I didn't.
I feel like too, you're a combo deck in a really heavy combat pod.
Yes. Yeah, there was
And,
a lot of pressure.
Like there was one of 2 ways that it was going to go. We're either going to win out of nowhere or do Stone Cold Nothing, and I feel like that's how this deck is built.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, then yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, talk about an overwhelming board state.
Yeah, there's a lot of vehicles, so many cards to hit people with. Except the like XX constructs are just better than the
Yeah,
cards.
they're
They're
huge.
sturdier.
Being able to double up on the guys that made
Yes.
constructs
Yeah, that's
was
ridiculous.
insane.
Well, and doubling up on the things that come into play and trigger them, right?
'Cause
4
I
constructs.
think I said it earlier in the game, but I'm pretty sure I missed a trigger at some point
Yeah,
on
it
2 of them.
scales so
like
fast.
it was pretty nuts.
I think what I couldn't outpace was the lifelink.
Yeah.
When you're a huge guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
From the
because like if
setups.
you look, I cracked you for 30 in 2,
Yeah.
and it just meant nothing.
Yeah, because on that last turn, I'm coming in, and
Yeah.
if you don't die, I'm gaining 50.
Yeah, so that's kind of like one of those insane, like even because I think it was like 15 to 18 power and flyers that just
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just because it can get in doesn't necessarily get over the hump that I had there. Yeah, I was actually kind of disappointed that prototype works the way it does with copying the spell,
Yeah, hey.
but it was still pretty good.
it was good enough. Like,
Yeah.
you needed.
So Mendicant Core's your champion for Aetherdrift.
indeed,
If you liked
yes.
this comment, leave us a comment below. If you didn't like this comment, well, go comment on someone else's channel. But no, seriously, if you got any feedback for us, we'd love to hear it so long as it's kind. We also just want to thank Burrito Splendido for feeding us today. Without that guac, I couldn't have made all these attacks. So thank you to them. We also want to thank GameGenic for providing us this lovely play space to put all of our stuff on, all these sleeves to make all of our cards safe, and most of all, these wonderful slide cases for keeping our cool commanders in. We just want to say thank you so much to all the patrons that are about to show up. Those are the folks that help keep the lights on here in a really tangible and real way. If you want to join their ranks so you can see even more content from us, potentially even in a studio this year, because if we could get out of Jim's basement, I could film a lot more often. Well, check out patreon.com/spikefeeders. In the meantime, we hope you have a great day.